All right, everybody. Welcome to Morning Break. This is Coach Jay.
And G-Man.
God,
sorry,
you got to get better with that, man.
not
What the
good.
heck's going on? It's killing me. So, guys,
G-Man. That's the G.
anyway,
G.
so today, the way that we're going to do this format is a little bit different. So I'm going to make everybody know. We are going to go live without going live because we're going to be live on the comment section. So we need everybody to be really engaged in comments. So if you can hear us and this is working, I want you to respond on your comments area and say, Coach Jay, G-Man, I hear you loud and clear. We're ready to roll. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. Tell us about what you think about the faded or jaded or fuzzy JDI coaching in the background. That's on purpose. This is how we do this. So, G-Man, how's your week, buddy? How's your week been?
Well,
first of all, let me tell you something right now. You didn't see us last week because we were in a coma.
Yeah.
So we were dead. We had worked literally 2 weeks straight, right, G-Man? Without taking a break.
We had literally worked 21 days without a break right now.
Nothing. No break. Zero
break.
Just continuously. Oh, yeah. And by the way, forget about, working on our own business stuff. We were working for our clients sometimes up to 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I ate more pizza and Whataburger last week than I think I have my whole life because nothing was open. So anyway, guys, we missed you. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. Today's topic is rather interesting.
Before we move on, I'm going to tell my airplane story.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Y'all need to please pay close attention to this. The pain.
Yeah.
Pain.
You were saying, like, how was your weekend? We, like he said, we've been pushing 21 days straight, and it's been brutal. And I had to fly to California because it was my son's birthday. And so we were finishing up this parts gig we were doing parts, a physical parts inventory and coaching their service department. And we were wrapping that up, and I had to fly to California for my son's birthday and then get on a plane and fly back to Kansas City so that we could be to work on Monday. And so it's just been, I just was running, and I had very little time to spend with him. So we go, you and I, we get on a plane in Shreveport, right? We go from Shreveport to Dallas. And so now I'm sitting in Dallas waiting for my connecting flights, and yours is the same time as mine.
Yeah, it's funny. So we're on the same flight from Louisiana to Dallas.
Yes.
We eat dinner together.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it was one of those things. All right, bro, I'll see you later. I'll see you later. We split. I walked to my gate and get on my No. This let me say this part. Let me just talk about this part. So I get on my plane and I fly to Boston. I fly home. And I'm thinking, all right, cool. I'm home. My wife picks me up. Everything's good. I get home, and next thing you know, it's a nice evening. Go to bed, wake up in the morning. My wife makes me breakfast. Everything's good. And then I got a text message from the G-Man, and it is 11:20 on Saturday morning. And his text message to me says, hey, I just finally landed in LA. And I was like, what? All right, take it away, G-Man. I'm going to sit back and just drink this.
Yeah, I did.
Coffee.
Yeah, it's funny because I was in misery, but I didn't want to rope you in. So he leaves me in Dallas, and he takes off, and then they're like, hey, your plane's going to be delayed because it's got a little bit of a mechanical issue. And we're like, okay, that's fine. It's not a mechanical. I've been through that before. It's going to be delayed. And then they were like, yeah, maybe a little longer. And then they were like, okay, we think we got it. Everybody board. And then we get on the plane, and they're like, yeah, no, we don't have it. Everybody off. And so then we get off the plane, and they were like, okay, we're going to get you guys a new plane. And I'm like, okay, a new plane?
Yeah.
This is something serious. This is not a joke. So they said, I'm sitting there thinking, man, this is, I need to be in LA. It's my son's birthday.
So wait a minute. Again, I don't mean, I just want to. So you get on the plane. How long are you sitting in the plane before they finally tell you, no, this is not going to work. We got a deplane.
So this one, not long.
Oh, okay, good. So they knew immediately
Sit
right
down,
off the back.
and then they're like, get off. So, whatever time it takes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to load the plane. So then we're sitting at the gate, and then they're like, hey, we got a plane for you guys. But you got to catch it in the C terminal. So we're in A, You got to go to C. Now, if anybody's been to Dallas, in Texas, just in general, everything's big, including their airport. And so to get from the A terminal to the C terminal, you got to take a tram. So you got to go up the escalator to the platform, wait for the train to come, get on the tram, go all the way around to C, get off. We go down. They're like, here's your plane. And then they're trying to figure out how to get everybody on. So finally they get us all on the plane. And then there's like all this commotion. And then all of a sudden they eject 3 people off the plane. And I was like, what is going on? And we were sitting there forever for we sat there for 2 hours, probably in this plane.
So 2 hours in this plane, there's commotion happening behind you. You
Yes.
don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden, boom, 3 people at the same time? Or was it
one lady they shot off, and then they grabbed another person and got rid of them. And then the guy came up and he was like, had something all over him. And the flight attendant had something all over him, and he went to the bathroom. Then they came in and pulled somebody else off. Then they were cleaning back there. They had cups of water. I don't know what was going on because I was in like row 6. This was happening in like row 30. I have no idea, but it was a zoo. It was a zoo back there, and people started freaking out.
I wish I would have known. I would have been like, you know what? I would have been like started searching Facebook pages and seeing anybody was doing like a live thing or anything, just see if.
So it gets better. We leave. We get, hey, fine. Everything's done. Boom. We got our paperwork. Close the door. We back out of the gate. We drive. We get to the runway. Captain comes on and says, hey, I'm flying home. I want to get home. I live in LA. I've been on the road for 6 days, but I got a warning light on. And I don't want to fly this jet. And he's like, if I don't want to fly this jet, you don't want to fly this jet. And so he turns around, goes back to the gate, everybody off. So then we get off. I swear to God, they retire that plane. And at this point, I'm just like, I just want out. Now it is bedlam. And so this is COVID, people, right? This is the COVID time, let's call it, the age of the COVID. And the airport closes basically at like 9 o'clock. There's nobody there but us.
And you're walking around wearing a radioactive suit so you don't expose anybody to anything, right? Because you have to really quarantine. So the deal is you had to wear this like bubble. You're the man in the bubble walking around the airport.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Okay, just making sure we get that clear. Everybody who listens to that.
So we suited for the exit meeting. I am wearing actually a suit and dress shirt and dress shoes and the whole thing, and I'm dying. Now there's no AC in this place. And I had sweat just rolling off me. I mean, if you saw me at that moment, I was an absolute wreck. And I just wanted to go to a hotel room. And I was trying to talk to customer service about like canceling my flight, put me in a hotel, let me just stay the night. And they're like, sir, we have another plane for you. And I'm all, really? And I look down, I'm like, okay, I could actually be in LA by midnight at this point. And mind you, I was supposed to be there at 6 p.m. Now I'm thinking midnight is reasonable. I could do this. But I have to now go from C, because remember we were in C, to A, back to A. So now back up the escalator, back on the little train, around to the C gate, go down.
Hold on. So at this moment in time, there's 200 people following you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So everybody's walking.
Zoo, everybody's loading into this thing.
So let just quick recap. Get in the plane. 3 people got kicked off on the second plane or on the first plane?
Second plane. First plane is on, mechanical, off.
Everybody
right?
off. Second plane, everybody on. 2 hours. Within 2 hours, 3 people get kicked off.
Yeah.
Anything else crazy happen on
I
that?
forgot to mention the full-size dog. There was a 120-pound Rottweiler mix on the plane, which I've never seen without a jacket on.
G-Man, come on, we got to change the story. There was a horse
on the plane.
It
looked like a horse. And the dude with the dog was like 6'6", 6'7". Like
Holy
I'm telling
cow.
you, he was huge.
And let me guess, he's on the last row of the plane.
No, he was actually in front of me, but he was not in a seat with extra leg room. And he's trying to cram himself in this dog. There wasn't one empty seat on this plane. Not one empty seat. This dog's spilling out. They had to make everybody rearrange seats to make this dog fit. I mean, I tell you, it was a zoo. I've never, ever in my history of flying, and I've been flying a lot, people, for the last 5 or 6 years, never experienced anything like this. So we finally get our final plane. We go to the C gate, and we think, okay, we're going to get there. And I'm just sweating, and my shirt's all wadded up, and I got my suit jacket on, and I'm carrying my thing, and they're like, yeah, we don't have a pilot. So
Wait, what?
the night's over. Sorry, guys.
What? Oh, dude, you got to punch that one harder. So wait, you get all the way there. You're about to get on this plane. Everybody's like,
They start loading people. People are getting on the plane.
People are getting on the plane.
The flight crew, everybody's on the plane.
But wait, what happened to the guy who said that he wanted to? He's like, I'm going home. I want to go home. I'm going to go home. Why couldn't he fly the plane?
So apparently there's this deal where if you're on for so much time, then you cannot fly. So like you're on the clock basically. It doesn't matter that you're sitting in a plane on the runway. Once a certain amount of time expires, they can't fly by law.
Oh, so they're like a tech. 4:30 came, boom, I'm out. I'm out. It's 4:30, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Waiter's got to wait.
Yeah,
baby.
waiter's got to wait. I'm out. Like, got to go. Sorry.
Yeah, they're like, hey, there's no pilot that's going to come here this time of night. It's just not going to happen. So 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll fly again. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, man, this is crazy.
So the good news, and all's well, I guess, that ends well, is I caught a earlier flight. I caught a 7 a.m. flight Saturday morning. I missed my son's birthday dinner, which sucked, but I made it to LA. We spent the day at the beach. I got on a plane. I flew home, and it all worked out. You know, in the end, I got to where I needed to go. But I just had to tell everybody that story because it was the craziest flight experience I have. If a chicken would have walked by on this plane, I would not have been shocked. Like a chicken could have just, buck, buck, buck. I just thought, oh yeah, that looks normal. Apparently that's what happens on this type of airline.
God,
I don't know.
So funny.
I'm telling you.
There's people right now know exactly what airline you flew, or they believe they know which one you flew, and you didn't fly that one. You flew a very respectable, affluent, whatever, good airline.
I don't know if I want to out them.
No, don't out them. Don't out.
But I would say it was not Spirit. It was not Frontier, right?
No.
It was not Southwest.
Yeah. It was not them.
It was one of the big boys.
Yeah,
it was a big airliner. And
so G-Man, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Did you get a survey from them?
No. They're not going to survey me.
You don't think so?
No, I can't imagine them surveying me. There's no way.
That's crazy.
They're going to hold back on that one. They're like, everybody on that flight 959, don't survey them.
Yeah. My goodness.
So, hey, those of you out there, and I got to tell you, I got to hand it to the customer service people, because after that flight got canceled and everybody had to stay the night, all 230 of us went to the customer service window, and people were just going absolutely ballistic.
Listen, for those of you who are on here, and for those of you who are watching this right now in the comment section, if you feel bad for the G-Man, say something. I mean, dude, seriously? I get a text message from this guy 13, 14 hours later saying, I just landed? Come on, man.
Oh, man, it was
comment
crazy.
Section. Put it on the comment section.
It was crazy.
All right, so G-Man, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you made it. Are you refreshed? Did we get some good?
No, man, I'm exhausted. I'm waiting for one day. So this Sunday, I'm planning to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, bro, you're not supposed to work tomorrow.
I know.
Why do you say you're gonna work? Oh, not tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna work tomorrow. I want to get this quick loop thing off the ground, so I'm gonna go in and try to keep the momentum going. See if I can.
Hey, for those of you who ever wonder if G-Man makes me look bad, yes, he does. Anyway, because I'm going home.
I am just a glutton for punishment, I think.
You really are, man. Gosh darn it. Anyway, you'll never find a person who works harder than the G-Man. That is for sure.
Look at the bags under my eyes, and you can tell.
Yeah, that's true. So in this episode today, for those of you who are still with us, and we're glad that you are, we're going to talk about the impact of the walk around. Now, mind you, we have the 7 steps to a master advisor course. We've created now a 2-step thing. It's a basic step and the most advanced one. The advanced one really focuses on the psychology behind what we do and why we do it, right? Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we talked about and we've put in our walk around process is popping the hood. Okay? Now this has become controversial.
It really has, which I thought was interesting.
So the thing is
Became a polarizing topic.
it really is. I mean, there's a lot of people that are adamantly against this. And I'm like, what the heck? What's the big deal? And so the thing was, and we've heard from both corners, one of the big things that's been a big red flag for them is, look, when you pop the hood, it looks and comes across to the customer as if you're looking for something to upsell them right from the bat. Mm-hmm. And I said, wow, that's interesting. And I said, okay, so in order to overcome that, what could we do? Could we add something? Like our friends in Indiana, our brother in crime, Dougie.
Dougie.
One of our bestest supporters, bestest friends in the whole wide world. First and foremost, guys, if you ever want to see a symphony of work on a service drive, you have to, I don't know. I mean, he won't, you could just show up or whatever. His Honda store, unbelievable, bro. It is a work of art. And I got to understand, I think it was an epiphany it hit me the other day of why it was so successful. He has all the support staff doing everything, putting on the show, while the advisor's doing the interaction, the measuring of the tires. All this is happening. The porters are popping the hoods, testing the batteries, topping off the washer fluid, doing making things, removing. Dude, you know what they do? They remove the all the leaves and stuff.
Yeah,
they
take
clean
all the leaves
they
out,
take the leaves out. I mean, it's unbelievable. They put the wiper blades up so that you can so the advisor goes around and touches it. I mean, it is a symphony of work.
Yeah.
Right? So then the thing was and mind you, $500,000 in gross, right? They have 10 advisors. Mm-hmm. They have and mind you, all I know that some of you are going to be listening
it's 150
and watching this.
cars. So that's the thing because I've known Doug for a very long time, and I know his service departments run very well, and that's not new to me. But I will say I've never been out there to see it happen, and he does 150 cars a day plus or minus, and it felt like 15.
Yeah,
it's like if you haven't watched that movie The Founder with Ray Kroc, who founds McDonald's, and how those guys got in that parking lot and they planned out that how they were going to make hamburgers.
Yep.
It's like that. It's like a dance. It's like watching a dance happen, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty thorough. I mean, there's a reason why they generate so much gross out of that store in a small town in the middle of the country.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So one of the things that we adapted and we agreed with is popping the hood as part of the process, as part of doing what they do. So man, it's doing that thing again on my freaking thing. I gotta go fix it. I'm gonna fix it right now, as a matter of fact. Why don't you? So anyway, G-Man, talk a little more about.
So let's talk about popping hoods. So one of the things that he does in his drive is the car pulls up and the advisor comes out, greets the customer gets out, and then the porter gets in, pops the hood, and then starts doing the kind of like an underhood inspection and checking the battery and like filling the washer tank and starts doing some work on the car. And for the customer, it's a pretty cool show because the advisor's there greeting them and setting the frame and doing all the things they're supposed to do. And meanwhile, simultaneously, this other activity is happening with the porter, and it's a cool thing to watch. And there's so much. It's like the customers are like overwhelmed with what's happening to their car at that moment. It's a really cool show. But the other side of it is, and one of the things we've been thinking a lot about is pre-suasion. So if you haven't read Robert Cialdini's book Pre-Suasion, I recommend you go out there and get it. I've probably read it 4 or 5 times.
Oh, yes,
it's so good,
outstanding.
And I just reread his book Influence, which is also good. But one of the things he talks about there, rather than persuasion, I'm not saying it incorrectly. It is intentional. Rather than being persuasive, it's pre-suasion. It's what's happening. It's the setup before I'm trying to persuade somebody to do something, right? It's the frame that happens. It's planting the seeds that are then going to be used later in order to sell them something, quite frankly. And so what we were thinking is, okay, you're popping this hood and you can't, in the modern day, you can't see everything. Mind you, you're not looking at brakes and hoses aren't swollen up like a snake that swallowed a rat like it used to be when we were back in the day. But you can see three things all the time, right? You can see brake fluid, you can see coolant, and you can see the washer tank. And so the way we're looking at it is you're going from the tire, and you're talking about tires and alignment. And then you go to the hood, and you start talking about brake fluid and coolant. But the whole time you're talking about maintenance. Talking about what it's going to take to maintain your car, and what brake fluid looks like, and like you're kind of setting the stage.
So one of the things we teach in the 7 steps, which has been super impactful, and we've got a lot of good feedback on it, and they say this really, really works, is you pop the hood and it's an educational moment.
Yeah.
You inform the customer and you educate them going, oh, by the way, over here, this is your brake fluid. As you can see, that's the reservoir. If you can pay close attention, this is where your washer fluid is. And that's where your coolant, tank is, or reservoir. And mind you, in so many examples that we've done in our training sessions, especially General Motors cars, you will notice that when you pop the hood, they may have things covered, but we noticed that the washer fluid is right next to the radiator.
Yeah, in some cases.
And the coolant, that little bubble thing, the coolant is actually right next to the brake fluid.
Yeah.
So most people, I would agree that most people would look at it and go, oh, if it's close to the windshield, that must be the washer fluid. If it's close to the radiator, that must be where the coolant is.
That's funny.
And you can really mistake in that, And I know a lot of you will say, but Coach Jay, most of the people nowadays don't really ever pop their hood. They may not, but for that one time that they have to, or one time that they do, right? It empowers them to know that they know something.
Well, I think too, if they're not popping their hood, then that's more of a reason why we should do it, right?
Oh my God, absolutely.
It's like it's a thing. It's a show for them. It's layering in. I was calling it. What was I saying the other day? I was calling it the stack.
Yeah.
You're just stacking. It's like, hey, your car might need an alignment. And then hey, brake fluid, it should be changed periodically. Plus, it needs to be, relatively clear in color, and it's getting black. Let's see when it needs to be changed. Same thing with coolant. And so you just start to layer on. And then the beauty and the the cap on the whole thing is you get to use the law of reciprocity on the washer tank.
Yep.
Because you're gonna fill the washer tank anyways.
Yep.
Right?
Or
you're gonna do it.
Right. Or you're gonna test the battery.
And we're gonna test.
So you're doing a battery test right there.
So we're doing these things for free. We're going to do anyways. But we need to I got a fly on my face. We need to make a big deal about it and then use the law of reciprocity. I'm giving them a gift. And the law of reciprocity says that they're more obligated to now do something for me. And that means when I go, I've already stacked my maintenance. And now I've given them a gift of replenishing their washer fluid or checking their battery. Now we're going to go to my desk and I'm going to tell them, hey, by the way, you need a trans service. And I've already layered all that in. I've talked a lot about maintenance. I've given them the gift. I set up the law of reciprocity. It's like you're stacking all the chips in your favor. So that way, when you get there, you've got them really, really teed up and ready to absorb what you need to tell them, the important information they need. I always say set them up for the sale, but that can sometimes sound cheap. We don't want to sell anybody something they don't need. What you're really doing is getting them into position so they can accept the information from you, this important information about maintaining their vehicle. You want them to be able to accept that and trust you, and this will set the stage for that. That's what I believe.
So let me tell you something, and true story, and pay close attention because it happens all the time. This one technique I heard from a service advisor said, I'm going to tell you why I pop the hood every single time and why I'm a believer of it. So I'm doing the walk around, I pop the hood, I look, and I inform the customer of these, we're just talking, educating, about the car. And the customer pointed out going, oh, so that's the brake fluid. How does the brake fluid? Well, you put your foot on the pedal, and explained the mechanics of it, right? Mm-hmm. How it works. They get back to the desk, and ironically, at the desk, they had these little test tube things where it showed them,
the color.
the colors, right? Transmission fluid, coolant fluid, brake fluid, or whatever, oil. And the customer tells the advisor, right? That's brake fluid. Is that a different kind of brake fluid than what's in my car? And the thing was,
mine looks like coffee.
The advisor said, no kidding. The advisor said ironic that you bring that up. One of the things that I was prepared to talk to you about, and then we're back at our desk, is you are past due for the brake fluid, and the customer, who was a female, he said, "Wow, I didn't. Nobody's ever explained that to me. They had been saying you're due or you're past due for this fluid, and I don't know any different. I'm over here learning. I just follow oil changes." I was taught oil changes, oil changes, oil changes. Nobody's taken the time to come out and show me what that is. And she goes, "Can you get that done today?" And what do you think the advisor said?
I'm sorry, we're too busy. I have to reschedule you.
Well, that's what we hear on some of our stores here. No, that because we do hear that. We do hear that.
Sorry, that was sarcasm. That was a
no, it's the truth. He's talking about some of the stores we work with where we hear that from certain advisors that I have no idea how still have jobs. Anyway, the customer, he was like, "Absolutely, we can do that." Now it is going to add a little bit more time. Also, I wanted to let you know that you're due for the alignment as well, and we should get that done. And all of a sudden, the lady just says, "Yeah, let's get it all done. I really appreciate you doing that." Then he says he gets 100 on the survey, and the customer puts on the comment section, "I really appreciate you explaining what items under my hood were what they were. I wouldn't have never known that."
I'm telling you, there's power there. I mean, I was telling these guys, I've been telling everybody we've been coming in contact with that I've been doing this 35 years almost, and in our store we never popped hoods. Almost never do we pop hoods. There was exceptions, but it wasn't part of the rule.
I did it.
That guy did, but it wasn't really something that we pushed. And in the stores that I've coached, over the last 6-7 years or so, I've never really, we haven't had that in our system. And just watching it happen and then thinking about the psychology of it. And I'm telling you, read the book and you'll understand a lot more about what we're talking about. But, reading what Cialdini says about persuasion and the psychological effects of it and all the studies that they've done. And I just thought to myself, this is our opportunity. This is our chance as an industry to use these things to our benefit, right? To their benefit, to get customers to buy what they need.
What they need. That is the key thing.
What they need.
We got some, G-Man, I forgot to tell you this. We have trolls now.
Oh, cool.
We have trolls. Yeah, we have people like scam artists. There was a little thing that said,
you hit the big time.
Bro,
when you got trolls.
When you got trolls, I want to thank our trollers out there. Thank you. For those of you who are watching this now, if you want to start trolling us and just say, mix it. Bash us. Give us some good compliments. Remember, do it. You got to put in deposits. So we ask 3 deposits for every withdrawal.
That's exactly. When the haters come out, you're on.
Help us out. So what we need is support from our audience. But anyway, let us know, and I'll tell you, this will work. And if you want to know more about, and again, I'm not trying to pitch you. You're already here. You're already part of our family. You're probably already one of our clients, and we appreciate that. Share this information. Share it because it's so impactful. If you are, if you're at a Dougie's store and you're watching this, come on, put some comments on there. Say, this works. This exactly is what we do. This gets me and generates more impact and more connection with my customers. Remember what we talk about, and you may not know this, but we train it all the time. Back in the day, we were told, the car's a commodity, focus on the customer. I'm going to tell you, times have changed. We want to talk about the car first, their main concern first, then we can become their friend. Then we want to know. Then you can ask them about what they're doing over the weekend or how their kids are. They want to focus and want to know. They want to talk to the expert. Who says it best? Your favorite mentor, Jordan Belfort. How do you have to be? What are the 3 things every advisor?
Sharp as a tack, enthusiastic as hell, and a force
to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Right?
Sharp as a tack, enthusiastic as hell, and a force to be reckoned with.
One day we're going to have Jordan Belfort on this freaking program. I promise you that. I give you my word. And then one day maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though he's super expensive.
Yeah.
But we're going to have him on here, right?
Yeah. Love him, hate him. The Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. There's some pearls of wisdom in there. I've gone through his course multiple times, and there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, you have to be.
Absolutely.
And so that's the thing. I mean, nowadays, I think this is for another episode. We'll talk about it another day. Is conceptually how you see yourself as the role that you play, right? Advisors. I see so many advisors that see themselves as servers. They're servers. I'm here to serve. I'm a service advisor. That means that I serve. No, get over it. You're a professional. If you don't act like a professional and you don't treat people with professionalism, if you don't act the role of you being a professional, guess what? Your customer is never going to respect you.
Well,
You're just going to be an order taker.
I just think I want everybody, and I want to challenge everybody right now to think about it this way, because I think this is the important point that gets missed a lot of times. Is, oh, gee, man, Coach Jay, what the hell do they know? Morons, pump the hood. Like, we did that 30 years ago. Okay, like you can come at it with an angle of, hey, this doesn't work or never worked or that was yesteryear. Or you could think about it like he's talking about being a professional and like trying to hone your craft. Being a service manager and trying to incrementally grow. Like if you put a lot of energy in, you got your effective labor rate going and hours per hour and got traffic coming in and good systems and processes and like things are going good and you're making a lot of money, you're that top 20%, that extra, getting that a little bit more, starting to notch up is really, really difficult. And you're looking for the slight edge. It's not going to be one big thing. It's going to be trying to find small things you can do. And I'm telling you right now, like just coupling psychology to what happens and what's possible when you pop that hood, I think it's something you guys have to look at. And I think if you're an advisor listening to us right now, I think you have to think about it that way. You're a professional. You know, most advisors in this country are making six figures. Like you're getting paid to be a professional. You're viewed as a professional. You need to operate as a professional.
Sorry. Most of our clients' advisors are making six figures.
Oh yeah, not everybody. Sorry if you're not. Sorry.
So I promise you. I give you my word. We should do a challenge, G-Man. We should. No, I'm being serious. I'm not kidding. Use our program, six figures. Promise. I'd actually tell you, if you use our program for a whole year, you don't have six figures, I'll give you your money back.
Yeah.
I'll give you your money back. I will. I will literally give you full money back on our program. I don't care.
Yeah.
Seriously, try it. Try it.
I agree.
Try it. I'm not kidding.
But that's the thing. And I think if you were willing to do that, let's say, and willing to try a program and taking him at his word, like that's the thing. Like you have now in front of you an opportunity to learn from somebody who's done it, to learn from somebody who has a system.
No. And not only somebody who's done it, somebody who's coached, taught, supported, mentored, every single bit of it to see them succeed. This is why we do what we do. It's not about we did it so you think you can. No. We love to coach. We love to train. Yeah. That's what we do. This is why we do this. See how it's JDI coaching? We coach and we want to make the best of the best out there succeed because you deserve it. We work too many hours, man. We work too hard for you not to make the money that you deserve, for you not to be able to take care of your client.
Yeah, you're working so many hours.
I mean, take care of your family, take care of all these things. You know why you work so hard? You know why you work so many hours? Because you have poor time management skills. You don't know how to process and do every single step necessary with psychological purpose in order to impact customers' trust for them to buy from you.
Yeah.
Like seriously, that's all it takes. It's not that hard. But
that's what anyway. I think having that purpose and having that intention is really the big thing. And trying to develop skills, and whether it's from us or from somebody else, you know, to me it really doesn't matter. I mean, I've got coaches and we got people that coach us, and we're members of programs, and we got all kinds of content and learning information coming in from all over the place. And I'm reading books constantly. We're doing 40, 50 books a year. But I'm just trying to get a little bit better at what we do. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing with you guys out there. If you're a professional, just try to get a little bit better. And to kind of bring this back around is think about this one small thing. And what I was talking about with the stack and creating that pre-suasion that will get their mindset, the customer's mindset, into maintenance in their vehicle before you get to the desk and you hit them with an upsell.
You know what?
That to me is the key. What are you looking for, dude?
I'm looking for our new swag. I want to put it out there for some. Do we have our swag over there? Yeah. Is it?
So show the pen.
First of all, we got a pen. Look at that. Look at that. The pens are here. We got pens. Okay. But here, sorry, G-Man. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge you, somebody out there. I'm going to challenge you. If you, okay, try this one method of popping the hood while you're doing your walk around. And you can have the moment to, it's called the EIA method. You inform, you educate, and then you ask. You ask when you're back at your desk if they want it. If you use this one simple technique and you get a sale and you put it in the comment section here, or you send us an information, I'm going to send you one of our mouse pads for free. I'll put it in the mail. I'll pay for it out of my own pocket, G-Man, if I have to.
Okay. I like that.
I will. Sure. Okay. I'm going to send you we got some swag here. I'm going to give you a mouse pad. If you try this technique and you want this and you can make it happen, I want you to share it. I want to give out mouse pads all over this country because I believe that this thing could work. And if you want some more information, you come and let us know. But it's just super simple. It's just simple. And you know what's going to be interesting though? But I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't put on a good performance and a good show for the customer, if you literally skip the walk around, skip measuring the tires, skip doing all these things and want to go right out there, because I can see it happening. I can see customers walking in and you going, ooh, I'll be right back. I'm going to go pop the hood and look underneath the hood and I'll be right back. No. You lost. You lost. It's time out. It's over. You got to do the process. You got to do it every single time and you're going to get the results you want.
And so I would like to, and I'm not trying to contradict you, but I understand that Coach Jay was very successful at being an advisor. It's very simple, and I was not that person and struggled a little bit doing that because I was a tech and to me it was more complex. And one of the most difficult things to do as a human being is to really self-evaluate. And honestly and objectively self-evaluate is a really hard thing to do. Mm-hmm. And so that's the other thing. If you're going to tweak what you do and you're going to try to get a little better, and I don't care what you are, parts manager, service manager, general manager, dealer owner, I don't care who you are. You have to be able to self-evaluate and know that you don't know everything. You haven't gotten every piece of information you can. There are more things that you can learn and adapt and use. And that's the place that you need to be in order to accept that information and get a little bit better. So that's, to me, that's my plea to you is think about what we're talking about. We're giving you a tip. We're talking about popping hoods. We want to challenge you. We're going to send you a little bit of swag. If you accept it, throw a comment on there. We'll give you the JDI mouse pad, shipped to your, and I'll take it out of
take it out of me.
Sourpuss over here.
Fine, I don't care. Take it. Take all of it.
But just understand that we're here to help you if you're struggling with that. We can help you get that done. A lot of people out there, but we'd love to help you. And hopefully some of the videos that we put out, content we put out, will help you, inspire you, and try to help push you and just do a little bit more and really give this industry the respect that it deserves. That's what I think.
I agree. I think
it's good, G-Man. I think it's a good time to close her out.
I think this is good, guys.
My airplane. Sorry, I bored you with my airplane story.
No, I feel bad for the G-Man. So this is morning break. I want to let everybody know too. Moving forward, I think we're going to convert this into Hard Shop Life. Hard Shop Life Live.
Yeah, I think
is what we're going to do. It's going to be Hard Shop Life Live.
So check out our podcast.
Yep, check out our podcast. We're
Hard
on
Shop
Apple.
Life.
Yep, Apple Podcasts, right? Mm-hmm. We got some new episodes dropping really soon, so be prepared for that. Some really, really good stuff that is free that you can use and put in your toolbox. I want you to share. Sharing is caring. The more you share, the more you care. Also, if you share our stuff and you want one of these things, if you show proof that you're sharing and caring, I want some new likes, some new followers. The more people we can touch, the more people we can impact, the better we all are, because we're here to help you. And we're here to make make you successful in this business. So join our group, join our team, be a part of our family, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help you out.
We'll see you next time. Adios.
Peace.